World. How's the fragrance life? How we doing? On here a little bit late. Y'all know I get on here about 6 p.m. A couple minutes late. Actually, I tried to get on my PC, my laptop right here, and the darn thing had to do a big update. So excuses, excuses. How's everyone doing? Hopefully we have some good attendance. We have some people pop in here and everything's going good. How's everybody been doing? The fragrance world, the fragrance life. I feel like things have slowed down a little bit. Again, I don't know why that is. I don't know why in the fragrance com that so there's. I mean, people are still posting, people are still going, but things have kind of slowed down. Maybe it's just because of what's been happening in the world, but I don't know. There's less content out there. I'm still watching. I'm still trying to show support to anybody and everybody, and to show good faith, my friends, my fragrance people. I'm going to put out another big shout out list tonight. Hope that you're all excited about that. I'm going to do a big shout out list showcasing a bunch of new upcoming fragrance reviewers, a bunch of people that are awesome, and no doubt they're going to grow even faster than me because that's just how it goes. Hey there, Gam. Good to see you. Hey, buddy. How's it going, my friends? How's it going? What's popping? What's new? So again, I've had it's been a pretty good week or weekend. I worked really hard today. I got some projects done. I got myself a power tower, which I've never had before. It's kind of like an extension cord, or kind of a something. It has 12 outlets, like 12 plugins, and I use it for all my outdoor, my tools and everything. So I can easily put something in, take something out, and that's going to be a lifesaver for me. I've never had one of those, so, anyways, I'm excited for this weekend to be able to relax. I'm kind of tempted. I'm not sure what to make. I kind of want to make cinnamon rolls. And I kind of want to make pierogi. Not sure which one I should make. Anyways, I know y'all want to talk about fragrance. I think I just scared y'all away. Hopefully my connection's okay. Let me know, is my connection good? Gam, are you still here? Did I scare you away, Gam? Sorry if I did. Anyways, let's talk about fragrance. Well, eventually we'll get to that topic, and of course we'll talk about new releases. We'll talk about new fragrances, and we'll talk about our topic, our thought of the day, and that's what fragrance do, what that fragrance do, and that'll be a fun topic. Just talking about what fragrance does for us, what fragrance does for you, and how you enjoy those fragrances. So, anyways, wait for some people to pop in. Again, this morning I had very few people pop into my live on Instagram, and tonight also very few people are popping in here so far. At least so far, being optimistic. But I'm curious, what's going on? What is there something big happening? For all I know, it's a holiday. I know Easter's just around the corner, so and maybe everybody's doing some Easter shopping. Maybe everybody's buying some Easter eggs. I mean, I think people buy plastic Easter eggs more than dye eggs these days, but who knows with Easter? I don't know. Okay, guys. Anyways, I'm waiting for my internet to pick up. Waiting to be able to pull up Fragrantica, so we'll get on our topic eventually. Hey there, somebody just popped in. What's your scent of the day? How you doing? What's popping? And I hope that you're doing all right out there, smelling good and living life. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for, popping into the Centaur Fragrance channel this beautiful weekend. Are y'all having some beautiful spring weather? Hey there, Fritz. Fritz the cat. Good to see you, my friend. How's life treating you? What's good? Any new fragrances for y'all this week? I did get Milano Canto EDP. I'll try to get my review out there for you guys of that fragrance. But I don't think I got bought any too many other fragrances. I'm gonna get some reviews out for you guys of some of those Louis Vuitton fragrances. Some of y'all have been really curious about those. There's some pretty good fresh ones. There's some and some Rojas, and of course I got some really good designers. And I'm gonna do a Sunday special. Y'all know every once in a while I'll put out an extra video. Y'all know I do videos Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but sometimes I'll put out an extra video. And I have my spring list, my top 10 spring fragrances, and I haven't released my list yet. And I think I'll throw out an extra video for y'all tomorrow. Are y'all excited for that? Hope that you are. I put some love and some passion. I'm happy. I'm happy with how that video turned out. Let me know. Two loyal people are here right now. Again, let me know if my connection's okay. Some people were telling me a couple times that my audio and my connection might have been spotty in the past. So let me know if that's all right, if everything's looking, sounding, and the connection's all right. Evening, good to see you, Ronald. Scent of the Night, Guerlain, Le Homme Ideal EDP. Fantastic fragrance right there, my friend. Absolutely. And seductive. That's good for date nights. That's good for everything. That's a really good fragrance. I'm tempted to get that one in the collection. I think I might be holding out. I mean, we're gonna save talking about the new fragrance releases for a little bit later on, but I have to tell y'all that there's one I am really excited about. I am, some designers look really nice, or sometimes you can only guess how they're gonna smell, but sometimes you see a flanker. I know some people don't like the flankers. Sometimes, if I know I like the line and I look at the notes and the notes look good, I can get excited about a flanker. Let's see here. I'm wearing Michael Jackson Legend. It's Beastly Classic and a Butte. I don't think I've tried Michael Jackson Legend. Is that one discontinued and really expensive? I haven't heard anybody talk about that one. I bet it's good. I'd like to try it. Does it have Michael Jackson with his noises? Does it have some wow? I can't even do the noise right. I wish I had a sound effect board where I could just press the button. He's got some moves. He's got that sound, and anyways, I bet it's something special. You sound fine. I'm happy that the audio sounds all good. Connection sounds all right. Okay, that's good. That's good to hear. I was worried. I know I need a new phone, but I didn't know I was worried that my audio had gotten damaged somehow, and it was beyond repair. About $90 for 60 mils discontinued. That price isn't too bad. I might have to try it sometime if I can. So that's a new fragrance. I haven't heard of it. Was it a celebrity fragrance back in the day? Was it like a cheapie? Anyways, that's not a bad thing. It's just interesting. There's so many fragrances that come and go. So many. And interesting. Anyways, let's jump into our topic. If y'all are ready, is there anything y'all want to tell me with any new fragrances you bought? Any new exciting new plans or anything y'all are up to? We can chat it up a little bit, but the fragrance topic and what I thought we just joke about today is what that fragrance do. What does fragrance do for you? And fragrance does a lot of different things for different people. Some people wear it for, of course, we've talked about this so many times: expression, being attractive, being seductive. Just putting the best foot forward. Great for first impressions. Great for it can really help you in all kinds of environments and situations. But why do you wear fragrance? I'd love to know. This is an opportunity for you to give some feedback and some thoughts. And I personally wear fragrances to do everything, which is a cop out answer. But I do like fragrances that personally have some kind of a seductiveness about them, because I like feeling that way. A little bit mysterious, a little bit dark, or a little bit of an edge to the fragrance. That's what I look for. But I do try to have fragrances for every situation, every environment. But that's what I look forward to. That's what I like to see in a fragrance. If it's got some charm and that kind of suits my personality, something a little bit darker, doesn't have to be super dark, but something complex, it's got to have something to it that's a little bit interesting, that really something that sparks my curiosity. That's what I look forward to in fragrances. So what does that fragrance do for me? I don't wear fragrances so much to calm down. I know some people really love that, just to like feel really happy, and that's a good thing. It's a really good thing when a fragrance is fresh and minty and citrusy, and I love that. Some people wear fragrances to like go to bed, and that's one of the best things they love about fragrances, to like cool them down or kind of settle them down when they go to bed and relax. For me, I guess it's in my head. I don't know why, but to me, when I wear a fragrance, I do enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. I wear fragrances for myself, and I've put that message out there. But to me, it's also kind of about going out. When you go out, you're wearing a fragrance, and there's an intention, there's a thought behind it. You kind of try to match your mood and your outfit, perhaps. That's how I go. How I go about with fragrances. Do y'all just wear fragrances because y'all like them? The outfit doesn't matter, the mood doesn't matter. You just wear maybe you wear something if you're sad to feel happy, or maybe if you want to feel really attractive. Is it kind of a feelings approach and a certain feeling, or what is there a certain way you go about it? And let me know if this is a bad fragrance idea. We don't have to focus on this. I just thought it would be fun if we all just kind of chatted it up with each other about, I guess how we approach fragrances. And there's no wrong answer. All answers are good, and we're all different fragrance people. That's a beautiful thing. Caron un pour homme for bedtime. So that's your relaxing fragrance. That's your relaxing fragrance of choice. That's fantastic. That's nice for sure. I do need to explore more of the Carons. I know those are really respected fragrances. I know that they have some classics out there. So I certainly need to give them some more try. I mean, I know that some of them aren't too old, but that's kind of going. Some of them are somewhat vintage, and going deeper into Caron could be kind of seen as going down the vintage rabbit hole. Sometimes I do that. I do need to do that a little bit more. But Caron's, they got some good stuff. They do. There's the one that's called like the Humaniste or the Humaniste. I'm not sure how to say it. That one looks really good to me. Kind of like a spicy, minty. I don't know how to describe it. It looks fascinating to me. Anyways, Ronald says for me, it's something that completes my appearance. Okay, so yeah, it's the final step. It's the icing on the cake or the cherry on top of your outfit and putting yourself together. It's like being a completed. So edgy and polarizing fragrances are not my kind of thing. No, I definitely that's awesome. See, we definitely all approach fragrances in a little bit of a different way, and that's a beautiful thing. So you put yourself together, you got this look, you got this image, and you want to just feel complete, and you want to feel like everything's in the right place and everything's in the right way, and that fragrance really helps you feel completed and kind of confident in your in everything, and everything's just right, and you're ready to go. And that's a beautiful way to go. And see, that's awesome because we all have different personalities and approaches. Yeah, for me, I want something seductive or maybe a little bit edgy, and to me, that's fun. Because I'm putting a little bit of my personality out there. I'm kind of put some of that, I guess, energy, ego, however you want to put it. I kind of put that out there, and to me, that's a big fun part of fragrance. To me, that's exciting. And again, I'm not saying that I wear the most daring or strange fragrances. Actually, a lot of my stuff is on the seductive side, so alluring and kind of catches people's attention. People are like, "Whoa!" It's like that's attractive, and who is this guy? I like those reactions. People are like, "Whoa!" They kind of want to pay attention. So, but not that the fragrance has to be loud in their face, but that it's something that you know really says something. Anyways. Any questions for me, guys? I am looking, at some of the new releases. If y'all want to jump into the new releases and talk about those, I don't really have any fragrance drama to talk about. I really don't try to get into the fragrance drama. I think that we're, fragrance community wise, there's always people who are, there's always something going on and something you could dig out of the worm the woodworks is what I was trying to say. Couldn't speak there for a second. There's always a nail you could, if you're familiar with tools, you could always pull a nail out of the wood somewhere. But overall, I feel like the people who are putting their grind and putting their effort, being authentic and all that. I feel like a lot of us understand each other. I feel like a lot of us are still supporting each other. I still kind of feel like there's not that I'm criticizing fragrance reviewers. I don't see as enough. Almost like I want to see more content. Almost like I don't see people producing enough videos. I know that these are rough times, and I know that people might not be focused on fragrance as much. I'm not sure if that's the reason, but I don't seem to see as much content as I thought I used to see in the past. It could be me. My perception could be completely off, but I feel like there's not fragrance content creators aren't producing as much, and there's a whole new wave of new content creators who are doing some beautiful things. But the people I knew and a lot of the people I used to watch and stuff like that, I don't feel like they're posting as regularly, and that's fascinating and kind of weird to me. Um, anyways, Dean. Oh, Dean, so good to see you. It's been a little while. Hey, good to see you, Dean. Thoughts on the new Tom Ford Soleil Brûlant? I have not tried it yet. I want to. It looks good. The Soleil Neige, is that how you say it? Again, I don't know how to say it. Please forgive me. But that one was really good, a really nice citrus. Again, I wish it lasted longer. Again, I think for me personally, most Tom Ford private blends paying full retail is they're not really worth the full retail price. 300 or some of them are a little bit less and 250 or so. A lot of them are in that 300, 350 range for a Tom Ford private blend, a 3.4 ounce. It's kind of funny. Sometimes the 50 mils are easier to find than the 3.4s. Anyways, it looks nice. I do like that type of DNA, but we'll have to see if I like it. Are you excited about it, Dean? Are you excited about that one? I do think Tom Fords are good, but I usually personally don't rush to get new Tom Ford releases out there. I respect the house again. There's some houses that I think are decent, and some every once in a while, like Killian will put out something that I might be interested in, or Maison Francis Curtilage, but I look more towards Nichane and Amouage and like Ormond Jane and Perfumum Aroma, and those are some of the houses that I look forward to. And I mean, there's other houses, even though Parfums de Marly is a little bit expensive. Most of their stuff is pretty exciting when they put out something new. So those are the kinds of fragrances that are the houses that I really get excited about. The thing for me is, y'all know that I'm always smelling, exploring, and reviewing everything for you guys. But it's kind of crazy. I have so many fragrances I want to buy, so I almost don't want to try new samples out. But I continue going. We continue trying new fragrances. So yeah. Anyways, hopefully those are some fun thoughts, Dean. Fritz the Cat says I ordered a vintage bottle on Amazon, supposed to be a spray, but they sent me a splash bottle. Yeah, that happens with vintage fragrances. A lot of those that were their eau de cologne concentrations or their splash-ons, even if they're EDTs, and yeah, a lot of older bottles are like that. And sometimes even if you have the original box, it doesn't even say it's a splash-on. Older that used to be more of a cultural type of thing. Men did back in the day with fragrances. It's not so common anymore. I guess a lot of us prefer our spray bottles, but hey, that's I hope that you enjoy it. If you could decant it if you'd like to. Hope that doesn't frustrate you too much over there, Fritz. So let's talk about some new releases again. Again, we can talk about that. If anybody wants to pop in about that fragrance topic, we can certainly talk about it. But again, ask away. Ask anything y'all want to ask. We can get on a different topic. But again, I'm about to jump into the new releases. If y'all don't have, or please jump in. Ronald says, "Did you Yankees get your new Ronald?" I'm actually closer to the South, but I guess some people call all Americans Yankees. I know you mean well. I'm not taking insult. I just always see that as funny. But thanks a lot. The point where a lot of reviewers are coming out. Yeah, there's a lot of good reviewers, and I'm looking forward to new reviewers and new energy. And again, I'll be putting out another list. Again, I'm sorry that I haven't really been doing actual an actual video presenting these people, but when I do an actual video, I feel like I have to get a picture from their profile, and sometimes I want to represent them really well, so I'll go in and find like a thumbnail or a picture from one of their videos, and then I have to copy and paste it and all the links and writing down all the names. And it can take, I mean, there was a time I spent like 4 or 5 hours shouting out, I forget how many people in one of those shout out videos. So I hope that in my post, if you do want to see some new upcoming people, again, I did one last week. Hopefully that's still up. Y'all can see it. I'll do another one, and let me know. Do y'all want me to see? Do y'all want me to contact y'all or put more content and post? I can do post content. Again, I'm very active on Instagram, and if you like to read or see pictures, I produce that kind of content all the time. So if you don't like video reviews so much, I could to put more of that content out there for you. So no harm meant. Oh no, I didn't take any insult to that, Ronald. No, I did. That's awesome because there's different references and there's different terms for everybody. Um, I meant fragrance reviews tend to spend. Oh yes, yes, it's a guilty thing. I think a lot of us do that. and a lot of us have to try to avoid, getting into credit card debt as well. That's I know what you're saying, Ronald. That's we put so much passion into this hobby, and honestly, including myself, I know that's not probably going to happen for me, but the dream is that somehow you make a YouTube video and it'd go viral, and you'd be able to, just focus on fragrance reviews as a full-time job, making at least a little bit of a decent living. And most of us don't even make enough to, make a minimum wage based on how much time that we put into this hobby. So yeah, it's kind of like self-feeding, and it's a passion. And of course, there's always so many fragrances that we want and that we're passionate about as well. It's oh my goodness, it's man, it's there's so much out there. You could spend some money real fast. I remember, I think I joked a week or two ago that I know that I'm not gonna like all of the Boadicea the Victorious fragrances, but they look so good, and I've smelled a couple, and I kind of like their DNA. I'd like to be able to walk in there and buy 20 of them and spend six. What would that? I said it cost 6,000. Probably cost more, closer to like $10,000 to walk in there and buy 20 bottles of Boadicea the Victorious at full retail. That would be insane, but it'd be fun. That's a really fun idea. I'd love to be able to do that. Ronald says, I only have 40 fragrances now, but it's never enough. Yeah, you got to keep yourself safe. I have about 70, and I buy and sell a lot of things, and I only keep around things that I truly, truly love and I have to have in the collection. Some people are collectors, some people approach fragrances differently, but I don't want to fill up a whole room. I don't want to dedicate a whole entire space, and have to organize my fragrances and like that. It's really nice and attractive to be able to display them and have a fancy room and a special light setup. But to me, that's a little bit overboard. I love fragrances and I'm passionate about it, but that's fancy. That's a little much. That's a little bougie or posh. I don't know what to say. Anyways, that's always funs and laughs. Anyways, I had another thought. I think I got distracted. Maybe I'll remember it here in a second. But um, let's see. And what was any other questions? Did I miss any comments? Okay, no, I didn't miss any comments. Okay. So I got about 70 or so, but I review so much. Hopefully, I don't know. Again, if you haven't checked out my Instagram, I actually cover you. I don't know. Tell me how much content y'all want, because again, I used to do a fragrance review every single day. People on YouTube kind of seem to like 2 or 3 videos or so a week. On Instagram, I post every single day. If you do want to see more content, more individual reviews, and like what's my scent of the day, and even more content, I got a lot going on Instagram. So I invite you over there. That'd be a lot of fun. Uh, so, anyways, please ask away. Please ask any questions, guys. I see 5 loyal people here. I appreciate you. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. So, are y'all excited to talk about some new perfumes, some new upcoming fragrances, or is there anything else on your mind? There's some new brands. I don't know Max Phillip. I don't know where. Again, there's so many new fragrances. If you look on Fragrantica, they'll tell you they exist. I don't know where they're sold. There is one here. There's a new Louis Vuitton fragrance called Pure Oud. I would like to try it. I don't know if I'd say I'm super excited to try it. The nose behind the fragrance is Jacques Cavile. Is that how you say his name? Really famous perfumer. Makes excellent. Has made some beauties. Only has notes of oud, amber. I think that's a synthetic amber molecule, and helvetoilide or toiled. That's another synthetic. It might be heliotrope. I'm not really sure what it is. But let's see. Oh, Ultra Supra with a question. Hey, Ben, it's great to see you. Have you tried Zaharoff Pour Homme and its flankers? What's your take on them? Ultra Supra, yes, I have. I don't know if you've seen my fragrance reviews. I encourage you. Maybe if you have some free time tonight or this weekend, tomorrow on a Sunday, you could watch my reviews. I've talked about the original. I've reviewed all three of them. I'm pretty sure I put all three of them out, but I know that I have talked about all three of them. The original Zaharoff Pour Homme they're all great fragrances. If you like classy vintage fragrances, kind of made a little bit more modern, not overtly so, but still classy and refined, kind of brought a little bit to the 20th century. I'm not saying they're centric molecule like at all. The Zaharoff fragrances are really respectable. I've seen some people blind buy into them because of the hype, and I definitely like to tell it how it is. I did that in my reviews. Not that I'm against Zaharoff's fragrances; they're great, they're amazing. But the thing is, you have to know what you're getting yourself into, and that's why I make reviews, and that's why I don't like to do hype, and I like to be thorough with my fragrance reviews. I like to get to the point and tell y'all what really matters. So with the original Zaharoff Pour Homme, especially with that DNA. It's more of a lavender oud type of DNA. Those are some of the strongest notes in the fragrance. Yes, there's woods, there's other complex notes, there's some incense. But if you don't like, it's not a dry lavender. It's not offensive. But if you really tend to dislike lavender, or you don't, and the oud isn't scary either. It's not an animalic oud in Zaharoff Pour Homme, but it does have somewhat of a presence. So if you usually dislike or you're really scared of fragrances like that, it's also not a very modern sweet fragrance. It's a little bit more on the sour side, I would say. It might not be for you, but it's really respectable. It's really grown up in a good way, and it's fancy. I've reviewed the Noir and the Signature. Those are both of the flankers. I'm very familiar with them. I didn't type that in. I did not look that up. So the Noir is the one I've kept and the one I wear for myself. It's a little bit more modern. It still has some of that lavender oud DNA. It's a little bit more sweet with the tonka. I feel like it's a little bit more smoothed over, and I get some little like leathery nuances. The Noir is not very different from the original. The Noir edition is pretty similar to the original Zaharoff Pour Homme. Again, it's a little bit sweeter, it's a little bit more modern, but it's not dramatically different. It's just a little bit. And I prefer the Noir. But again, if you like vintage fragrances, especially if you like those 90s vibes, and you like that full-bodied, almost patchouli quality that some of those 90s fragrances had, you'll love the original. So that leaves us with the Signature. I wanted to cover these real quick, and I appreciate you asking. So the Zaharoff Signature is more of an apple cinnamon kind of ordeal. It's a little bit more floral. It's the biggest departure from the DNA. It's very unisex. Ladies and gents can easily wear it. It's very respectable. It's fancy, and I think it's a great fragrance. I actually gave that one to my mom, and I gave the original Zaharoff Pour Homme to my dad, and they both actually love those. So we got everybody covered just about around with smelling up Zaharoff fragrances, and that's a beautiful thing. So I don't wear my Zaharoff Noir that often. I kind of save it for when I want to spell respectable and kind of fancy, but I don't want to be too fancy. But it's nice. It certainly works. So let me jump into some more of the comments. I see some people popping in. I see Moody Boo, Ronald, and Ultra Super asking some good questions. You'll know that I try to get through and respond to every single question, so I'm not trying to avoid you. I'll definitely get to the comment sections, but I do want to mention real quick that supposedly there's a new Rose edition. I'm not sure if the new Rose Zaharoff Rose is a flanker of the Signature, if it has the Signature DNA, or if it's something completely different. So I have not reviewed or gotten my nose on the new Rose version or the Rose fragrance from Zaharoff, but I don't even think it's released yet, but we'll have to see. Some fragrance reviewers have gotten some early bottles or testers, or I'm not sure, but it looks nice. It looks really nice. So anyways, Ronald says, have you reviewed or tried the new Luminous Nights from Dolce and Gabbana? I heard some very positive reviews 2 weeks ago, and then nothing. No, I have not. I actually watched some of those. I watched Jet Sense. I think he bought his from Europe for directly. Must have been from some retailer, somebody he has contacts with, but he paid for it full retail and shipped it from Europe. And I think he said he paid close to around $150, which is outrageous for a designer fragrance. But he had to pay, shipping over from Europe, and it's probably, it's just released. So it seemed that he liked it, but it didn't seem to me like he was overtly enthusiastic about it. I might get my hands on it sometime in the future. I know that the Mysterious Nights had more of a rose oud combo, and some people hyped that one up and seemed to really like it. Honestly, I haven't even tried that fragrance yet. I know it must be good. Dolce & Gabbana has some hit or misses, and some people really seem to like this the Night DNA. I blind bought the Royal Night. I was excited about it, and ended up being kind of like a flat, pale, cedar woody, ambergris kind of ordeal. Some people might like it for a more grown up, woody ambergris fragrance that you could layer, but I didn't like it. I felt like it didn't have enough complexity. It didn't have anything playful about it. And if I buy a designer fragrance, and realize that those fragrances are made for the Middle Eastern market, so they're a little bit more different and unique as far as designers goes. And I knew that going into Royal Nights that it was going to be more of but I still thought it would be more bold and full-bodied and richer. And I still was expecting some kind of sweetness or maybe some spice with like saffron. It just didn't do anything for me. So I was actually really disappointed with the Royal Knights, and I would not buy it. But more power to you if you enjoy it. I've seen some people actually really like the fragrance out there. More power to you, especially if you're an ambergris lover. Um, it might work for you if you like musk. If you really like musk or ambergris and woody fragrances, might work for you. Um, but yeah, no, I haven't seen too many new reviews. It's still a newer fragrance. A lot of fragrance reviewers will wait for something to go a little bit on sale, or if some bigger fragrance reviewers who have a lot of money, maybe they'll buy a fragrance really fast if they anticipate that it's going to be a really popular fragrance and people want to see or hear about it. But yeah, I haven't seen too many people talk more about the Luminous Nights. At least not yet. We'll have to see if any more people pop out with reviews. But I'm not early buying it. I'm not pre-ordering it. I'm not. I don't do too much of that. Y'all know that I like to get a sale. I'd like to get a deal. I usually wait for things to go on sale, and I recommend that. And when I review fragrances and encourage y'all to maybe try them out, I usually do that because I think they're a great value, and I seriously think that getting things at a good price is something that matters. I'm passionate about that. Ultra Super says, I got way over 40 fragrances, but I'd love to downsize to about 40. No, I hear you. I like where I'm at 70. Maybe sometime in the future I'll be able to downsize. I'm happy where I'm at with 70. I feel accomplished. I feel fulfilled. I don't need more fragrances, but of course you always would like more fragrances. There's always something beautiful and something you'd really love to have. Black Gold by Ormond Jane is one that I'd love to have in the collection. And Bruno Forzolari Corpse Reviver, even though it's very strange, and I don't think I'd wear it very often. I think it would be fun to have as more of a unique or strange niche fragrance in the collection. So we always have something that we want. But yeah, definitely get to that point, at least where you feel like you have all your bases covered for every situation. You don't have to think this way, but I think it's good to have fragrances for different temperatures and any type of social environment you might find yourself in, professional, dressed down, dressed up, and fit, just a fragrance for every situation you might be in. Get those bases covered, and then you can maybe start looking towards the niche or things that are more fun. And I think that if you feel satisfied in that you have your bases covered, I think that's a good thing. And you might make buy more fragrances that kind of fill those gaps instead of buying redundant fragrances that you might not need, and then you keep buying those same things. Maybe in your soul, your fragrance soul, you're searching for something new, but you keep going for what's familiar, and that's all good and dandy. But you kind of got to get to find what works for you in different styles, with maybe some different notes that you might enjoy. That's what I would do. So, anyways, let's see here with the comments. Ultra Super says got 3 samples of Zaharoff yesterday and tried the OG and the Noir so far. I like the OG way better. We'll try Royale tomorrow. More power to you, my friend. I know a lot of people prefer the OG. The OG does project and perform stronger, I think, than the Noir. Again, I prefer the Noir. I like Tonka. I do tend to like Tonka. It's something that I think is quite nice. But again, for some people, that's a make it or break it. You know, a lot of guys don't seem to like the modern, trendy, sweet Tonka, and yeah, you know, that you want to go for the original Zaharoff if you tend to dislike modern Tonka. That's for sure. Let's see. Fritz the Cat says, I have four of the Zaharoffs. Love them all. Classic masculine, great ingredients. The Royal has a nice green apple. Absolutely. It does have a fantastic apple note. Absolutely. Worth trying. Ultra Super says, I'm actually pleasantly surprised by Zaharoff so far. It's a very good DNA. It is. It's a little bit classy. Again, for some people who really like really, really modern, trendy fragrances, I really respect the DNA. But again, it does have some class and it does have a fanciness about it. I would never say it's vintage or anything like that, but it does have, I don't know, almost like a dignified quality about it. So if you want a more carefree, sweet, playful fragrance, or if those types of citruses or blue fragrances are what you're familiar with, blind buying into Zakharov might not be your thing. And it's always funny to see because we're different fragrance people. Some people already know all these details. I'm already preaching to the crowd, and you might not even need me to say these things to you. But there's a lot of people out there when they blind buy a fragrance that's hyped. They expect it to be really mass appealing, something like Instant Crush or Pacific Rock Moss or Leighton by Parfums de Marly, and they expect it to work for 99% of people out there. And sometimes when people get excited about fragrances, we're all different, and it might not be a super uber mass appealing fragrance, even though they're excited about it. So I guess that takes some level of awareness to know that. At least I would hope that we're all self aware, but of that. Anyways, um, let's see here. It's a very good DNA. Does Zaharoff occasionally do promo codes? I don't think he does. I think his prices are more than fair for his fragrances. You can buy. I think they're 60 mil. I think you can get the Noir and the Royale together, and you get a bit of a disc, like $10 or $20 off. And I think you might be able to buy them all in a bundle deal for a bit of a discount. But on individual fragrances, I don't think he sells them any cheaper. I think his prices are fair for what he's asking. I'm not an affiliate. I don't get any kickback for talking nice about Zaharoff. I'm not a part of his program. I think he does have I forget, I don't even remember what it's called, like a Z Squad or some kind of influencers that he's getting together. I have not been included. I have not been requested to do any of that. I'm not saying he dislikes me or anything but anything like that by any means. I probably don't live close enough, and who knows? Maybe I'm not a good fit. And sometimes, sometimes you're not a good fit. Like, in the past when I was right out of college, I applied to companies, and you get the feeling or the idea, and it might be true. Maybe you're not a good fit for that work environment, and sometimes that happens in life, and that's kind of a good thing. If they just accepted you and you had to go through all that pain, or they had to go through a lot of pain because you weren't a good fit, it's kind of good to find somewhere that you do belong, or kind of find where you belong. That's a good thing. Anyways, how many percent do you know? How many percent? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Ultra, how many percent? I don't have a discount code. I don't think there are any discounts, if that's what you're asking. Dean says something is romantic about having just one signature scent. What would yours be? Yeah, I know that a lot of people do think that's a beautiful thing, having a fragrance that you can just easily wear and you don't have to think about anything, but also people recognize you, and it's something that really speaks to your personality. Some people really like that. More power to some people. Some people might get into this hobby. They might get 50 fragrances or 100. They might eventually get to the point where they go back to a signature scent and just wear that one fragrance. It probably for me would be Jubilation 25. That's probably my favorite fragrance of all time, and I do find it easy to wear. For some people, they find that very surprising, and for some reason, they think Jubilation 25 is difficult to wear. I think Jubilation by 25 by Amouage is very easy to wear. It's not risky. It is strong. It is a little bit unusual, especially around here where people wear no fragrance at all. It is. It's going to be different to a lot of people when you're wearing that fragrance. It might surprise some people because it has so much. It's strong on the incense, and it's complex, and it's original, and it is a little bit of a bold fragrance. But it's beautiful, and it's charming, and it's elegant, and it's something that I adore. And I think you can even wear it in the summer. If you go easy on this trigger, if you put on one spray or maybe two sprays, I think you can. I think it's versatile enough to get away in the summer. Would it be the best fragrance for the high heat? Probably not. But could you wear it as a signature scent? I do. I think so. But anyways, Hopefully that answers your question, Dean. Ultra Super says I like Noir too, but the OG seems to have more layers. It's true, yeah. The original Zaharoff Pour Homme has a little bit more complexity. It changes a little bit more, and it's certainly if you like that complexity and that originality, and you want something that changes. The definitely the original is the one to go for if that's your kind of thing. Fritz says I have the '99 Zaharoff. Oh, so you have the real vintage version, the one that came before all of this, before the new bottles. I've never smelled that one. I would like to. You say it's a modern signature, but a unicorn of a fragrance. If you could find it, yeah, I don't know where it's sold. I think he requested to try to produce some more bottles, and I think he didn't like how the bottles turned out, or he didn't like enjoy the fragrance, and he tried to destroy most of them. So that's very hard to find. So Micah says Chanel Platinum Egoist is my signature scent. That's a very nice fragrance. It's beautiful, and I think it's certainly one of the best out there. A real modern classic, a real timeless type of fragrance. I really speak up on that fragrance, Platinum Egoist, and I really highly speak of Eau Sauvage as well. Those are both beautiful fragrances, timeless, and you can't go wrong with those. So great choice, Micah. Ultra Super says, I don't know if you saw, but the several YouTube reviewers were hanging out with George Zaharoff in Chicago, probably for some promotional event. It could be. It could be the new Rose. Again, I don't live in New York City. Again, some of these people have the lifestyle or the funds to be able to fly to places. Like I don't want to call anybody out in the best way possible. Again, I don't even want to come across that I'm being negative. But some people say that you can like win invites, and they have they're putting out a free invite, and you can kind of win something as a giveaway. Even if I won an invite to one of these events at for one of these perfume shops or something, it's supposed to be kind of family and friends, or some of these really high end people or trying the a fragrance for the first time. I don't have the money to just fly out there. So again, hopefully I'll be able to get to that point, but more power to the people who can do that. But I just can't willy-nilly on a weekend or on a weekday fly out to somewhere and make a trip like that. And and pay all the expenses, everything from a hotel and all that stuff. That's that's far beyond my budget, far beyond what I can do so far. Anyways, Ultra Super says, love the scent of Platinum Egoist, but man, its performance really sucks on my skin. What a shame. Yeah, it's been reformulated. It's been messed with. It is a shame. You can find it for somewhat of a sale, or on a sale, and I still think it's pretty good. I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted. I don't think I'd want to discourage people from that fragrance, but yeah, its performance could be stronger. It's not an 8 hours plus fragrance. And maybe it was at one point, but it's not really anymore. So, anyways, that was a really good discussion, for sure. So, any new fragrances y'all want to talk about? Sorry, my nose started itching for some reason, and it's still itching. That darn nose. Anyways, Pine Ward, there's some new fragrances coming out. Are y'all excited to talk about any new fragrances? Sorry, guys. See here. There's a bunch of new companies. I don't even know where they're sold. Maybe we'll get to try these in the future. There's OUI. It's spelled that way in a really funny way. There's a whole new brand coming out called Pantheon Roma. I like the bottles on those. There's a new brand called Pine Ward Parfums. There's a new Hugo Boss coming out. You'll recognize Hugo Boss. Hugo Boss has one called Untitled. It's the new Boss bottled United. It's the Eau de Parfum version, essentially, of the United. So I don't know how different it'll be. Again, Hugo Boss has some real hits and some real misses. I'd like to try it, but I'm not super excited about it, honestly. So, let's see here. I love the original. Oh, so you like the original Egoist? I think it's still very unique. Yeah, both of them are great. Ultra Super for sure. And I kind of like the Platinum one, but it is a shame they've really messed with the DNA of the Platinum Egoist. I don't know why. They might have had to use a different synthetic sandalwood or musk or something like that. They definitely had to change that DNA. Micah says, "Is there any fragrance you wish they bring back into production?" Oh, there's all kinds of fragrances I wish they'd bring back. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but it was a beautiful fragrance. It was the Dior Homme, the original version. Y'all know that the new Dior Homme 2020, that they reformulated it and really messed it up. It's a shame. And I don't support that fragrance, and I think the company that was one of the most ridiculous things we've seen a fragrance company do. So they essentially replaced a fragrance with a completely different DNA and called it the same name and essentially was selling it to people. So imagine if they essentially discontinued Aqua di Gio and made a new version of it and said, "Hey, everybody, this is Aqua di Gio," and people are like, "This is not Aqua di Gio." And then they expect everybody to still like it, and they think it's a wonderful idea. It's one thing if you discontinue a fragrance or make a flanker. They should have just probably discontinued it and then made a new flanker of it. I don't know if they did that because of IFRA regulations or they didn't think the original was selling very well. Anyways, um, it's a shame. But there's also the Valentino Uomo line was a pretty good designer fragrance line, but really didn't get a lot of love or a lot of credit. The what was it called? Valentino Uomo. It's called the Noir Absolute. Was I think a pretty darn good designer fragrance. It was nice. Nice. Yeah, Gucci Envy's beautiful too. Yeah, I know that's the classic that everybody knows and talks about. The original Dolce Gabbana Pour Homme one is one of those. There's a lot of vintage fragrances a lot of people adore, and certain ones are considered the best of the best. Van Cleef and Arpels was certainly a beautiful one that a lot of people hold in really high regard. I love Mugler's Pure Tonka. I thought that was a shame that that one was discontinued. I thought that was one of the best designer fragrances that was out. I thought that was crazy. Don't, yeah, Gucci Pour on 1 and 2 for you. Um, I'm sure that there's lots of things I've never gotten to try that I would like to try. I recently, not too long ago, I got a bottle of Zahari from the House of Faidon, which is a niche house, and it's a beautiful, like wine, earthy, boozy fragrance with some leathery undertones, and it's discontinued, and I'm lucky to have a bottle of it. I'm lucky that I blind bought it. It was one of the few last bottles of it I'd ever seen, and I watched the review from Huele Mucho, an awesome fragrance review if you've never watched his content here on YouTube, and he spoke highly of it. I was really fascinated by the notes, and I said I'm gonna go for it. It's a good price, and I lucked out, and I love the fragrance, but it's a shame. There's so many good ones out there, and they come and go. So if you don't again, I do want to mention this real quick before I forget. Going back to Platinum Ego Whist, if you like that fragrance and you wish that it was longer lasting, but you also wouldn't mind a little bit more sweetness and incense, it's kind of being discontinued. There's still some bottles out there for a fair price. Get Armoff Niche Platinum. I'm pretty darn sure it's supposed to be a clone of Platinum Egoist. It has platinum in the name, and I actually have two backup. I have two bottles, and it's my only fragrance in my collection that I have a backup bottle of in my entire collection, and it's really good. And you can get it for a fair price, around 35, maybe 40 odd dollars, and it's a good fragrance. It's good quality for an Armoff. It's a little bit better than the normal Armoff fragrances. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. That I get my Platinum Ego Whist fix from Armoff Platinum. Anyways, see what are some good Ambroxan bombs, even the obvious ones. Ambroxan bombs. Let's see here. Of course, there is. I always want to say zoologist squid, but that's not right. And again, I always am reminded that I told zoologist to make the the ambergris, the whale fragrance, but he hasn't done that. Let's see here. One of the ones I really like is Oud's Unlimited Amber Oud. I talk about that one a lot. If you again a really strong ambergris, I just mentioned it. It was the Royal Knights by Dolce and Gabbana. But I'm trying to remember what are some of the other ones. A lot of creeds have that ambergris DNA. I don't know why my mind is blanking. I know some fragrances that have a strong ambergris note. We might have I might have to look that up here for y'all. Can y'all help me out? Uh, I know some of them, but they're not just popping into my head. Let's see here. Some good Ambroxan's fragrances. There's not a lot of fragrances that are designer fragrance wise that are really strong on them Broxton. You usually have to go for something more in the niche realm. I feel like Hobdon has a good amount of ambergris to it by by Parfums de Marly. I almost said Perfumum Roma, but let's see here. I'll get back to your question. Let me read some more of the others. Ultra Super says, if you love Gucci Pour Homme 1, try Bentley Mint Absolute. Absolutely. That was them kind of trying to recreate the fragrance in their own Bentley's own way. Absolutely. A great recommendation, Ultra Supra. It's basically the same fragrance from the same perfumer. Yeah, he definitely switched hands and he said, "Hey, I'm going to do my own thing. I want to remake this." That's it's kind of funny. Fritz de Cat says, "I want to try Parfum Roma Arso." Anyone tried it? Arso. I've tried some of the Parfum Romas. I don't think I've tried Arso, but let me look it up here real quick. And we'll get back to ambergris too. Scent of the day, Mr. Burberry Indigo. That's a really nice, mass appealing fragrance. Not everybody knows it though. And the performance isn't great on it either, but it's not a bad fragrance. It's actually has a really nice, mass appealing quality to it. So, anyways, I'm trying to get my internet to play nice. We'll see if it wants to play nice. Okay. I've been interested in Ambroxy Heavy Frags as of late, trying to get some of the molecule and eccentric molecules. Yeah, if you do want the ambergris, is that I'm trying to remember. Is that the number one or the number two? I think the first one was the Isui Super, and it must have been the number two is the ambergris. Which one's the rose? I know number three is vetiver. Was number four, was it a rose? I know number five is more of an aquatic. You can help me out. Yeah, the eccentric molecules are good for layering. If you do have the money, you can get real natural ambergris tinctures, and some of these Arabian houses have attars or fragrances that are heavy on the ambergris. They're very expensive though. So Molecule O2, yeah, Molecule O2 is the ambergris one. That's what I thought, but let's see here. I got a bottle of let's see, a big indigo, yeah, big bottle. So you can put as much of that as you want. Spray it up. Spray lots of that on. It's a Maison Fresh. Oh, it is Maison Fresh's Curtijon was on that one. I didn't know that. Got that sharp unique. I got that sharp unique. Not always. I forget. I might have to revisit that fragrance. Maybe it's hit a really good price now. I don't have too many blue fragrances. I do respect what was it called? Chrome Extreme. Azaro Chrome Extreme. That one was quite nice. I think it's underrated. I'm waiting for the price to get even lower and for it to become really available for a good price. In the Navy is pretty underrated as a blue fragrance, but yeah, Mr. Blueberry line's Burberry. I almost said blueberry line is underrated. Yeah, it's nice. It doesn't have the best performance, but they work. They're not bad fragrances. If you can find them for a good price, they're still pretty nice. But some of the performance on them is quite bad, but not bad fragrances by any means. Ultra Super says, yeah, there's been many good alternatives for Platinum Weekends out there. Oliver Frank's Eau de Passion is really close for about $30, and it performs better too. Yeah, I might have to go for that one. I do like the Platinum Egoist. I love that DNA. I'm a big sucker for it. Just avoid three if you don't like vetiver. Yeah, for some people they don't like the number three. I have the eccentric version. Again, I'm sure all of y'all know, but I like to say because some people don't seem to know. With eccentric molecules, they have a regular molecule version of every number, and then they have an eccentric version which is more complex, has more notes, and is generally a little bit more wearable or versatile. But if you want to layer, generally you want to go for the pure molecule from the house. But for some reason, with number three, the vetiver, the regular molecule is kind of intense. I have the eccentric version of O3. Actually, really like it, but again, not everybody likes vetiver. But yeah, the O3 is, yeah, it's the vetiver one, that's for sure. Chrome Aqua is nice. Yeah, some of the chromes are pretty good, and they're kind of underrated. Thanks, Micah. Yep, we're all supporting each other. Mint and sage are the shape notes. I like it. Indigo. I like mint. Sage really depends, but yeah, indigo. I like the majority. Major freshy. Eccentric O5 is nice. Yeah, I think that's the aquatic one. Eccentric O5 is pretty nice. I have. You got most of them. You got almost all of them, Micah, except number three and number five. Did you avoid number three because you don't like it? What's Eccentric five like? It's more of an aquatic. I don't think I've reviewed it yet. I think I mentioned it I know I've tried it. I think that sample my dad might have it. It might be lost, but I have tried it. I'm not lying. Solid releases. Cashmere is number five. What I know that they have one that was fresher. Was that number six? I'm getting who knows. Anyways, let's look up ambergris. Let's go back to ambergris real quick and see if there's anything we can find on the ambergris train, and see if there's anything we want to check out. Um, I need to go to notes. So okay, search up the notes. Let's see. Cashmere is 05, gives off a freshy vibe. Okay. Well, I thought number five was fresh, and you were saying it's cashmere like leather. I thought I'd made a mistake. I was like, oh, it's like, oh, I messed up. I thought it did smell pretty fresh for I guess, a leather fragrance. So let's see ambergris. Let's see if we can't find anything interesting on Fragrantica. Refresh our memories on which fragrances might have a good amount of ambergris or a lot of ambergris. So let's see what we can do. Let's see if it wants to work with us. I just typed ambergris in there, and it didn't do anything. Uh, Here we go. You got to type it in, and then you got to click on instead of pressing search, you can't do that. You have to go to the bottom and click the little name underneath the picture on Fragrantica. It's kind of annoying. Oh, okay. So there is a Stephane Hubert high-end niche fragrance. There's 777 O'Hara or Hera. That's just quite nice. Oh, I always forget. Initio has their magnetic blend number one, which is more of a pure ambergris thing. It's made more for blending. I think I have a decant of that somewhere in my closet. It's nice. Some people think it's worth the money. I don't know if I want to spend 290 odd dollars for a layering fragrance to enhance your fragrances with natural ambergris. I don't know if that's worth it to me. It might be worth it to you, but that's a lot of money. Let's see here if there's anything else that catches my eye. Again, if you want pure ambergris, you're going to have to go more Middle Eastern and expensive. Let's see here. Aqua de Parma Colonia Umbra supposedly has some ambergris. Must have ambergris and amber. So of course they mentioned Creative Ventus. It doesn't have much of real ambergris anymore. Used to. I'm sure y'all heard of an anonym, like anonymous. There's the golden ambergris. There's the whole ambergris line from them with three fragrances. I have not gotten those mysterious packages in the mail. Some fragrance reviewers got those for free in the mail, and supposedly you don't know how they don't know how they got their address, but those look pretty nice. I haven't tried them though. Let's see here. Oh, there's one actually from Faydon, which I think is a good house and kind of underrated. It's a 2021 release. Maybe y'all mentioning ambergris was chosen. Maybe we were supposed to do this because you always find something when you look. So Faydon is a nice niche house. The prices aren't too bad, I think, for what they're asking. They have one called Albizia. It's like Albiz, yeah. And let's look at the notes. It's a cheaper floral fragrance. Soap tree blossom, ambergris, and oak moss. I think I might have looked at that one before. That one might be fun to try. Might be fun to keep your eye on. Let's see here. It came out in 2015. I don't know if there's any of these on sales as a cheapie. I don't know how good this is, but there's one out there from Abercrombie and Finch, batch number 46. That might be a cheapie that's out there. I'm not too sure. Strange Love NYC is a high-end niche house, and they have one called Silence the Sea. I don't remember if I've ever tried that one. I know that they're very intense, rugged fragrances. I know that Strange Love does have some ouds that are considered very intense and very, very strong. And for some people are way too much. And they're very expensive. But some niche heads do like to go for those. Of course, there's the Baccarat Rouge 540. I don't connect with the DNA, but some people love the Baccarat Rouge 540. More power to you if you do. That is ambergris. If you're looking for a mass appealing ambergris with a lot of performance, that might be one to go for. Electimus is a really nice house. They have one called Auster or Austere or something like that. It's Auster. I'm probably making myself look dumb, but I mean, Electimus has some pretty good fragrances. I like Trajan. Honestly, it's similar to Baccarat Rouge 540, but I like Trajan even better, even though it's not as strong in performance. I actually like Electimus Trajan quite a bit. I might consider actually buying that sometime in the future. There's one by the House of Fuegua. I don't know how to say it. It's 1883 Cayoba. It's a patchouli fragrance. I gotta look at this. This is catching my. I gotta, and I'm gonna check if it's available on a Lucky Scent, because this is the kind of, I look at a fragrance like this, and this is the Julian Beetle is the nose behind the fragrance. Good nose, and it has patchouli, cocoa pod, and ambergris as the three accords that were given. Now, hopefully, this is still available on Lucky Scent, and it's not some discontinued thing, and that I'm gonna wish that I'd smelled and I missed out. But let's. It looks like it's available. Let me see. No. It's not available. At least I don't think it is. Maybe he has some. They have some bottles back in there somewhere. But I'd like to try that one sometime. Wait, and maybe there's a bottle out there. But that one I'm sure is probably pretty good, pretty darn good. That looks like something I'd like to try. So, anyways, let's. Y'all want to keep talking about ambergris? Am I scaring y'all away? Have we dived into this topic enough? I don't know much about this fragrance, what it's a clone of, but some people really hate. So it's a hate or love kind of situation. But Parfums Vintage has one called Sunset in Heaven. Supposedly has some ambergris. Might be in another Aventus fragrance for all I know. Have not tried that one. Creed Fleur de, that's a vintage Fleur de Bulgar. Is it Bulgari? I don't know how you're supposed to say it. And another one from Fuegia, 1833, and Animala Primavera. Anyways, it sounds like it's animalic. It's probably scary. Two, Jasmine is the top, Jasmine is the mid, and ambergris. No, I'm gonna avoid animalic Jasmine. That's not my type of thing. And animalic ambergris, whew, that's gonna be a little bit too much for me. That's too much. But anyways, I think that we've gone through most of these. There is Incense Mythique from Guerlain. I have smelled that one. Gorgeous. Guerlain does fragrances pretty well. Incense Mythique is that, I think that's how you say it, if I can speak right. Is certainly worth giving a try. They mentioned Bulgari Aqua, the Atlantique version. It's kind of their Bulgari's attempt at a blue fragrance. I didn't connect with it. I thought the opening was harsh, but hey. Anyways, let's talk about something else. Stop talking about ambergris. They're releasing Molecule Pluses. Oh yes, let me catch up with the comments though. I saw that was a great comment. Cashmere's 05 gives me a fresh vibe. Okay, Ultra Super says, I remember you were saying that you liked Pure Excess Night, and I sampled it recently. I like it so much that I ordered the full bottle and almost immediately. I love that fragrance too. I think it's one of the best designer fragrances I've smelled in a while. Pure Excess Night, if you want a deeper, more complex, like sweet, dark, slightly dark fragrance. It's not smoky. It's not overbearing. It's not weird. It does have myrrh, but so it kind of has some incense to some people, but yeah, it's beautiful. If you like spices and you like incense and you want it in a really modern, seductive way, the performance is great on Pure Excess Night. It's beautiful. It's remarkable. I highly recommend Pure Excess Night. I've spoken really highly about it. I'm grateful that you got your nose on it and that it works for you, because I love that fragrance too, and I think it's underrated. It's really flying under the radar. It's really one of the best designer fragrances out there with Azara Wanted by Night. If you're looking for designer fragrances, those are some of the best. Micah says they're releasing Molecule, at least modern. I want to rephrase that. Modern designer fragrances, if that's what you care about. There's lots of beautiful classics. Anyways, let's see. Yeah, the new Molecule Plus fragrances look good. I really want to try the Mandarin. That would be my thing. The Mandarin looks really good. I do want to try that. We'll have to see if it lasts well, if it smells great, if it's worth it. Again, I tend to search for deals, so I don't know when or if I'll buy that one. But the Mandarin, yeah, it does look good. Yeah, Iris and Mandarin. There's one other. Yeah, there was three of them, but the Mandarin is the one I looks best to me. I remember Zoologist Squid has fake ambergris. Yeah, I don't think it has real ambergris in that one, so that's true. And do y'all like how we could talk about that a little bit if y'all want to. Do y'all like Zoologist Direction? In the past, they used to I don't know, be a little bit more daring. I don't know if they're trying to play it safe. Their new snow, they reformulated Bat and Panda, which kind of led me to possibly think they were going in this direction, but I wasn't sure if they were going to. And I think I kind of feel like zoologists are going a little bit more wearable. The new Snowy Owl is, I don't know if y'all seen that fragrance. It's not that complex. It's not that weird or anything like that. So it's interesting though. It's I don't know. Zoologist is a good house. We'll have to see how they do. I don't get the Bakar Rouge 540 vibes. Okay, I see ya. Uh, you know, no, that's not bad, Micah. We definitely see different. Everybody sees different comparisons. More power to you. Fragrance Journey, what's up, Ben? Yes, absolutely. Good to see you, Fragrance Journey. How's life popping? What's good for you? We were talking about animalic fragrances. I must have summoned you, my friend. We're talking about ambergris. Have you tried that one from, oh, what was that? Strange Love. Strange Love NYC. What was that one called? It had a lot of ambergris in it. I I'm gonna kick myself. I'm gonna use the find function so I can actually find this thing on this page. Oh, Silence the Sea. Have you tried that one? I'm pretty sure that you have Fragrance Journey. I bought Instant Crush. Hardly wear it. Micah says, "Oh, I see you. I see. You bought? Did you buy the O3? Oh, you bought Instant Crush. Yeah, I didn't connect to Instant Crush. I don't know why, but some people really love that Instant Crush out there. Fritz Decat says a cheapie that I believe has real ambergris is English Laundry London. It drives my dog nuts. That's why I think it's real. That's interesting. Drives your drives your dog nuts, huh? I don't know. It's such an affordable fragrance. I don't know if they put real natural ambergris in it, but who knows? Maybe they put a tiny bit in there. Maybe a tiny bit. Micah says, I think the third one is the Tonka bean or something. I'm not sure. Lol, Fritz. Never got hot for 540. A bit too feminine. I agree. And again, some people there was so much hype, and I'm always honest with my fragrance reviews. And I know I made a couple fragrance reviewers mad, but I'm always true to myself. It's unisex. More power to you. Of course, anybody can wear anything they want, and I'm not trying to be over here judging masculinity. What masculinity is. I'm not trying to pull out my arm and flex my muscles and saying this is what a man should smell like or anything, but or should not smell like. But yeah, Balkan Rouge 540 personally did feel feminine to me, and I personally would not feel comfortable wearing it. But everybody's different, and I respect that. So, but I hear you. I definitely relate to how you're feeling about that. Michael says pure excess is cola vibes and sweet. Yeah, definitely right. It does have a Coca Cola vibe, but I didn't really connect to any of the others. Again, I really did like the Black X excess. It's discontinued now, really hard to get. It's called the Aphrodisiac. It was more of a sweet rose, almost like a oud combo in its own way, or maybe more of a dark patchouli. But that one's long discontinued. From this lot, the kind of the similar line, yeah, the Pure Excess Night is the only one that I've really connected with. So, Fragrance Buy usually stocks the molecule lines quick. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I might have to get that Mandarin. Ultra Super says, Micah, Pure Excess Night is far better. I agree. I think it's way better. Some people like the playful vibe of the Pure Excess, and the Pure Excess does have a really fun kind of like mid, like right after the opening, kind of like before it really transitions to the mid, kind of like the semi mid, uh, before the pre mid. It does have a really nice feeling to it, but that doesn't last very long. And then the dry down to me, I don't really connect with it. To me, Pure Access Night's very seductive, long lasting, has a lot of character that I like, so I really recommend it. But again, I think that if you like Pure Excess Night, you're probably going to be a guy who likes Acqua di Gio Profumo. You're going to want something that's mass appealing, but yet a little bit, you can take a little bit of darkness and you can take a little bit of edginess. I've seen some people, and Acqua di Gio Profumo is daring for them. Acqua di Gio Profumo is too much. We're all different places in our fragrance journey, but you know that for myself and some of us, we're so far beyond that point that's even kind of a funny thought that Acqua di Gio Profumo is daring or strange or hard to wear for some. It's for some people. Nah, we're all different. So, anyways, let's see here. I figured I smelled it at the duty free. Oh, I need to go to duty free. I think I told y'all it's kind of something I probably shouldn't admit to, but I've actually never been to a boutique or a duty free airport or anything like that. I've actually almost everything I've smelled I've either bought or got a sample of, or from a friend or family was able to smell fragrance for them, or the few times I've gotten something for free. So funny thing. Ever tried ultraviolet line? Yes, I have tried ultraviolet, man. Funny that you bring that up. That actually is like a modern ambroxan fragrance. It's not real ambergris. It's got this weird metallic vibe, and it's kind of one of those fragrances that's gonna be too synthetic for some. I tried to enjoy it. I actually think it's actually a pretty good fragrance. It just, I wish it is a little bit too synthetic for my nose, and I think that it needed a little bit more naturals, but they were kind of trying to go for something that was futuristic. And how the fragrance feels, it's kind of odd. It's very mass appealing, but yet it has a real sparkly, I don't know, it makes you feel like an alien, and that's what they were kind of going for. It's kind of something that's supposed to be a little bit strange and in a mass appealing way. It's kind of like Victor and Rolf Antidote. Victor and Rolf's Antidote was meant to be wearable by everybody, but it was almost supposed to like recreate how you feel. It's futuristic in this odd style, and I would put it in the same style as Victor and Rolf Antidote, and I think that takes a lot of, I don't know how much skill that takes or how much creativity, but I still for it I didn't connect to it. So if you connect to it, you can actually get those. I don't know if they're as affordable as they used to be, but the Ultraviolet Man by Paco Rabanne used to be able to get a full size bottle for like $35, which is outrageous. And more power to you. Stock up on it because it's going to be discontinued, and one of these days it's going to be gone. And then some people are going to be like, "Why is the price going up?" Fritz the Cat says some say Bogart Pour Homme has that cola vibe, but wifey hates that when I spray that, and it smells in the house. Opening's very heavy. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, sometimes being around people, I guess you might have to compromise, but I'm sure that there's something else that the wife likes. But and I bet that's kind of tough. I heard some guys out there have some picky wives who are kind of fussy about what they wear, what they do, what they can and cannot wear around in the house. That'd be really tough if you loved oud and your partner really hated oud. That'd be really tough. That I mean. That'd be a struggle, wouldn't it? And the red one, Micah says, of ultraviolet. I don't. I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know which one's the red one by Paco Rabanne, but we'll look it up. We'll see what we can find. Let's Google that real quick, and then I will tell y'all. I told y'all there's a fragrance I was really excited about. Do y'all remember me telling y'all that? I told y'all that there was a brand new fragrance release that I was very excited about, and it's not the Spice Bomb. It's that one's actually came out. It's the one, the red bottle. I've actually seen a fragrance reviewer already talk about his first impressions. There's a new Azzaro Wanted by Night. I think it's an absolute. There's a new one. I don't know if y'all saw it. It has like coffee in the mid, and it has like I think leather, and it has some other more rugged tones. It's a black juice. It's dark. I'm really excited for that new Azara Wanted. And again, some people don't know, maybe they're unfamiliar with terminology, but Azara Wanted by Night, it's not it looks like the cylinder. It's called a cylinder, and it's to a revolver, like a six shot. Like when you watch an old western, they call it like an old iron on your hip. If you're a Fallout 4 fan, I actually thought of saying that in a fragrance review or something, but I think I forgot to say it when I reviewed Azaro Wanted by Night. Anyways, that's what the bottle looks like, and it's kind of annoying when people don't say that correctly, but I guess it doesn't matter that much. But again, Azara Wanted and Azara Wanted by Night look like the cylinder, like the thing you would spin inside of a revolver. I don't have one, and I know that YouTube would not enjoy me doing that on camera. So but you know what I'm talking about. They can spin inside the and anyways, let's and the red one, Ultraviolet Man. I'm looking for a red fragrance from Paco Rabanne. I just looked it over all of them, and I'm not sure what you're asking about with the red. There's Black Excess Potion for him and for her. I'm not sure if that's what you're asking, but it smells like Ultra Zest. It's discontinued. I'm not sure which one that was. There's some pink or maybe some red bottles. Is it Erotic Me? Is that the one you're asking? Erotic Me? That could be it. I've actually never tried those fragrances from that line. This one supposedly has lactonic notes, so it's supposed to be a little bit creamy. That could be the one you're talking about. And really, another really good nose behind this fragrance, Quentin Biche. Is that how you say his name? Anyways, okay. Any questions for me? I feel like we're rounding up. I feel like we've kind of gotten our energy out. We've kind of talked about all the news and all the good stuff. Again, I have not tried the new Invictus V, the Invictus Victory by Paco Rabanne. Funny that we talked about Paco Rabanne a lot today, but I haven't tried that one yet. I'm excited to. Supposedly, some people are saying it's their favorite so far. I think Ashton over there at Gent said that was his favorite. So, I mean, hey, it might be the best one so far. Um, any questions for me before we go? Is there anything that you would like to see next? Again, for you loyal 9 people who are still watching here, I do have my spring top, designer fragrance list. I'm going to do a special for y'all, give y'all an extra video this week. I'm going to release that tomorrow for you. Hope that you're excited about that. Talking about my favorite spring fragrances for 2021. I hope that you're all excited about that list. I put a lot of effort into it. Again, I thought it came out well. And I don't do top tens very often, but I do like seasonality. And when I do a top 10, I mean it. I don't do a top 10 just for the heck of doing a top 10. I mean it. So, what's up, Benjamin? Came here to throw up a like. I appreciate that like. I don't ask for the likes, but that does support the channel. That supposedly that matters a lot. I've seen some people who are YouTubers actually stop the audience and stop asking questions or stop responding if you don't get the likes up. I'm not going to do anything like that. But if you do want to support the channel, just engaging in any way you feel comfortable. Liking helps. Commenting, in videos when I do ask, I ask a question. It doesn't cost you anything, and hope if you're getting value and enjoying my content, hopefully you'd want to engage with me and respond to me. And again, I try to be very very involved, and I'm doing a live here so you can see me. I'm here for you. We're having friendship, and hopefully that gets us involved with each other, because that's what these are all about. The getting connected to you and giving you an opportunity to ask any questions about community or my channel or what you want to see, or maybe something I could do differently. Again, some of my videos are recorded a little bit prior before my new lighting, but hopefully y'all saw with that 1 minute video I did recently, that really quick video about some 3 mass appealing fragrances. I've tried to improve my lighting. Hopefully that's made a big difference in my videos. Again, I'm trying to improve everything. I'm still learning, still, improving. It's a process. Hopefully y'all enjoy that, but I know I'm not perfect with the camera angles and everything, but I don't know, I'm trying. So let's see. But thank you, Batch Code. I appreciate you, and you have an interesting name there, Batch Code. I don't think I've seen that before. So, any questions? Anything else y'all want to know? Y'all want to ask? Y'all want to say before you go? There's lots of beautiful fragrances out there. There's almost too much to handle. And again, hopefully, and again, if you don't come to my channel very often, I upload 3 times a week. I upload Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I think last time I checked, I have over 700 videos, and most of those are actual full-length reviews. They're not just unboxings or just messing around or joking around. They're actual, full length reviews. So if maybe there's something you forgot that you wanted to know about, or maybe there's something you would like to want my thoughts on. And again, some of y'all asked about fragrances here that I have actually made full length reviews on. So if you want to do that, that's a beautiful thing. Making sense. Good to see you pop in here. What's going on, my friend? What's popping? What's good? What's new? You're kind of popping in here at the end of the live. But again, if you have any questions for me or any new fragrances that look exciting to you, you want to talk about, we can look at them and talk about them. But I'm here for you. I'm not gone yet, but let's see if y'all have anything y'all want to say. Ultra Super says recently stocked up on 2 bottles of Ultra Red, but I see MI popped up online. Is it back in production after a decade? I'm not really sure with Ultra Red, honestly. I'm not very familiar with the fragrance. I think that's by Polo, right? Ultra. Oh no, you said Ultra Red by it's Paco Rabanne. Let me see here. I don't think I've tried this fragrance. I tried the Ultraman, the one in the blue purple bottle. I don't think I ever tried Ultra Red. Do you like this fragrance? Do you recommend it? Do you think it's good juice? Let me see here. It doesn't look like it's in production. It does. I don't have any discounters who are selling it or any connection to anywhere anybody else selling it. It was released in 2008. If you've never seen this fragrance, if you don't know what we're talking about, it's called Ultra Red Man. Our Men from Paco Rabanne has notes of blood orange, praline, tonka bean, vanilla, and patchouli. Sounds like a pretty good designer fragrance. Looks nice. I do like orange, and you said it was creamy, so that's really nice. It's really funny when you go to Fragrantica, you can look at the trend chart. Around 2020, this fragrance spiked in popularity sometime last year, and now the interest in this fragrance has completely died out, which is really interesting. It has a big spike and a big dip. So I'm not sure if somebody had hyped this fragrance or said something positive about it at one point, but nobody's talking about it now. It doesn't look like it, at least. So let's see here. Cheers, folks. Well, Fritz, if you're popping out, if you have to go, have a happy weekend. I wish the very best to you. Have a beautiful weekend and take it easy. Cook some good food and spend time with family if you can. If you're distancing and all that, Skype family. Get some sun, do something, get yourself into a hobby. I hopefully I'm not too tired, but I did work out a lot outside today, and I am kind of tired. I'm a little bit sore. I've been doing a lot of projects. I've been trying to fix up some tools and get everything together, and definitely make things work, make life happen, make it work. So uh, that's the ultraviolet one. Oh, okay, I was talking about something different, Micah. Maybe I talked about the wrong fragrance. Fragrance Buy has them occasionally. Yeah, Fragrance Buy is really great. Again, I'm not trying to push them because I'm not affiliated with them or anything like that, but they are a really good company. I do buy from them. I do like what they have and what they do. If you sign up into their loyalty program, you can get, I think, free shipping. And when you buy, if with your first purchase, you get free shipping. If you bought enough, you get enough points. Especially, I think you get double or triple points if you buy during their special sales, their sales events. I think that there's one going right now during Easter. I could be wrong, but it's like I've never paid for shipping from them. You can get free shipping if you buy 5 bottles or if you just have enough points. Either way, and they have some of the best prices, if not the best prices around. They're good people, anyways. Fritz says almost all their fragrances spike post Corona. Yeah, it's sad. It happens almost everywhere, but in my experience, FragranceNet did that the worst. FragranceNet really tried to gouge people, but yeah, it's things are less available, things are selling out. Sometimes you don't know what's discontinued or not anymore. It's kind of a mess. Y'all know that the world's kind of crazy. So Micah says, yeah, I was slow to the trigger. Yeah, sometimes that happens and you miss out on a fragrance. There's a couple that I regret never getting, but I mean, hey, you lose and you win in the game of fragrance. The term is the game of love, but I switched it around to fragrance. Anyways, had it in the cart. Yeah, I know what you mean. There's some of them that are kind of discontinued or kind of harder to get now, and I almost bought them like 5 different times. One of them is Contrario by Tenzion Terenzi. That one's still available. I've almost bought like Al Contrario like 5 different times, but I keep holding back. There's just something that tells me that I want it, and then I shouldn't buy it, and I shouldn't take that risk on it. And I have so many things I want to save up for and spend towards, and I almost don't want to feel like I want to risk that money on something I might like. I might love it, but I might not like it. So thanks, Ultra. Absolutely. I was supposed to be back in stock the 416. Yeah, you can sign up for notifications on emails. If something's out of stock, you can just type in your email and you'll get notifications. I did sign myself up for an email and got a notification once. So the system does work. So I meant Spike on Fragrantica trending. Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. I was about to say, I'm like, okay, so any questions? Thanks for people who did pop in, fragrance reviewers, and of course, wonderful people who enjoy my channel. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being frag heads, fragrance enthusiasts, passionate about fragrances. I really do appreciate your time and your friendship, and y'all willing just to hang out and talk about fragrances. Again, we try to keep it pretty low key over here, And again, I will try to get y'all a big shout out list of upcoming not perfumers, fragrance reviewers. Spread the love, support, and supporting a bunch of brand new batch of brand new people coming into the community. They're a bunch of good people. Some of them are growing fast. Some of them are about to or have already surpassed me, which it's amazing. So I don't know what to. I'll stop talking about myself, but I don't know what to do. I'm not doing something right. Maybe I'm doing something too right. I don't know. Keep up the work. Good work. Thank you, Micah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Always a good hangout. Yep. Fritz the Cat says Zerzhoff Fiero might be next by Italian Classic. Yeah, Zerzhoff is beautiful. Zerzhoff has some really good ones. Definitely give them a try. I really want to get. There was one that was like based off the moon that I kind of wanted to get. Neo's really gorgeous. I'd love to have Neo. And there was another one. I forget right now, but there's a couple of them. A lot of people love Neo. A lot of people seem to love Renaissance. I do like Renaissance, but honestly, I kind of like Roadster, especially for the price, better than Renaissance now. Cartier's did it to me. Cartier got me. But anyways, Renaissance has some. Renaissance. Zerzhoff has some good fragrances. Always worth trying, but they're expensive. Again, don't blind buy them or just don't blind. Y'all know this, but I don't think a lot of y'all are. But some people seem to be collectors or buy something just because it's kind of good. In my opinion, if you buy a Zerzhoff for something that's $300, it better be really good. At least that's my opinion. So, anyways, great Ben live. Good to see you. Take care. Yes, Ultra Super. Have a beautiful weekend. Have fun and all that good stuff. Micah, just keep doing you. I will. I'm gonna be true to myself. I'm gonna do my thing, and we're gonna keep on rolling and keep on going. So, have a beautiful day, everybody. Again, I upload Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Hope that y'all are excited about that. I hope that y'all like that schedule. Hope that y'all look forward to my videos. Again, if you did like our chat today, if you are a sub or somebody who does enjoy my content, if you're sticking around watching my content right now, you probably like what you're seeing or probably somewhat. So hit the notification bell so at least you get notifications. And if you do want to like before we go or afterwards, that does help and all that good stuff. Yeah, too many blind buys will destroy you. Yeah. And again, get samples if you can. I know it's expensive to buy a bunch of samples, but I've done it on Lucky Scent before. If there's a bunch of these rare or unusual niche fragrances and you don't know what you're going to like or what you're going to dislike, again, try to go to a boutique, especially if you're in a big city. If you're in a big city, I mean, you've lucked out. All you have to do is go to the boutique, smell up a bunch of fragrances, and have fun at it. If you live outside of a big city like me, I've spent hundreds of dollars on samples off Lucky Scent. And I don't think I kind of don't want to do that anymore, but it's still fun. It was still kind of worth it, but you kind of regret it. It's like I could, with that money, I learned a lot, I experienced a lot, but I could have had a whole bottle of something beautiful, for a couple $100. But you got to do what you got to do, and it's all part of the journey. And that's something you might want to do. So, anyways, have a beautiful day, everybody. I'll see you soon. Have that beautiful weekend. Cook something up good. Y'all know. Take it easy. All that good stuff that I say. Wear what you love. Find those fragrances that you love. Find the ones that move you. Find the ones that you connect with, that you love, that are special to you, and enjoy those fragrances. That's what this passion's all about, this hobby. That's what the fragrance journey is all about. Really just enjoying fragrances, enjoying life, and having fun with it. And wear what you love too. Again, don't feel like you have to buy a new fragrance. Don't feel like you have to have the next best thing. Some of us already have too many fragrances. So do feel content. But hey, if there's something out there and you really want it, if you really like it, more power to you. Just don't stress yourself out and feeling like you have to have something new or you won't be satisfied. And again, you can get yourself on that addiction train with blind buys. I know what it's like. Don't do that either. Just some word of advice. It can be exciting to have something new and unexpected. Blind buying tons and tons of bottles, big hauls, those big hauls. Try to avoid that if you can. So I know I do. Okay, I'll see everybody. Thanks for hanging out. It was a fun time. Y'all are awesome. You're awesome people. I'll see you soon. Peace out and bye.